Hey, what's up everybody, and welcome to Quarter 4 Replay Reviews. Today we're jumping on board with Lurker 0. Now, this is a Reach title update Team Slayer here on Ellul. I believe that's the name of this map. It's a Forge palette map, obviously. Really big room. Think of it kind of like a big circle, and in the middle you have these platforms that kind of remind me of like cold storage, if cold storage was like enormous, and then mixed in with whatever that cylindrical map was called in Halo 2. I'm having a hard time remembering it right now. Anyway, you guys should check out Lurker 0 on YouTube. His channel is youtube.com/thelurker0. He puts out Destiny, Halo, and Titanfall gameplay. And really love the way that he puts videos together. Always has some great music that goes along with it. And his commentaries have this nice rhythm and flow and feel. Now, enough of the gushing, let's talk about the game. Well, actually, this is Quarter 4. If you're unfamiliar with the theme of Quarter 4, we're celebrating your best gameplays. So, this, in turn, is one of those dig deep kind of gameplays. The reason that I think Join in Progress is something that should never have come to Halo. Why? Because Lurker is going to do a 2-on-4 in this situation. Now, I'm not going to spend most of the replay talking about like stuff that I think should be improved or blah, blah, blah. I'll point out things here and there that I think, but for the most part, in Quarter 4, we've got 5 weeks left, really 4, before the Master Chief Collection gets here. Let's celebrate your best gameplays, get hyped, and get stoked. So let's talk a little bit about Reach title update real fast as Lurker puts things together. The game is going to cut in a minute to the 2v4 section, because that's really where I think the story comes into play in this game. The real narrative shines through. So Reach launches. Bungie doesn't change much. Bloom is the circle expanding in the center. If you're familiar with Reach and 4, I shouldn't have to explain Bloom. But what 343 did when they took over control of Halo Reach once Bungie was moving on, as 343 acquired the Halo brand, they put together the title update. In the title update, they modified the Bloom to be 85%. This, in turn, made pacing a much more viable option. Now, pacing is how you time your shots. Now, it's the 2-on-4 section of the gameplay. Pay very close attention to how you have to time your shots differently for different ranges. If an enemy is close up, you can spam that shot a little bit more and get away with, you know, having less accuracy because the opponent is closer. But at longer distances, it really requires you to time your shots. Great pre-nade, even though it hits a bit of the hologram. He gets, like, shield damage onto the enemy player. Unfortunately, he has to reload mid-clip, but that's okay. He's going to pull it together off of this next play. It's really rad, too, that his teammates stuck it out with him. Included with the changes was a bleed-through change, I think, in the title update, which was actually, like, huge. Bleed-through, for those of you who don't know, is the ability for damage to break a shield and affect your health at the same time. So, like in old-school Reach, prior to the title update, if you put 3 shots into an opponent and then meleeed him, it would not kill him, it would rather just pop his shields. Instead, once you add the bleed through to it, if you did 3 shots in and then melee, it would take off his shield and kill the opponent as it did extra damage. It did bleed through. This applies too to ballistics, but it's a little bit harder to explain. But essentially, the title update sped up the game, reduced active camo, reduced armor lock, disabled sword block, and I think it made the freaking, like, the needle rifle absolutely insane. Here we are, Lurker grabbing the grenade launcher. I think probably one of the best weapons in the history of Halo. Something I really wish back. Steps around the corner, says, no way. That's actually, believe it or not, that's a hard shot to make. I know a lot of you are like, ah. Getting the grenade launcher to explode in that small of distance. Notice how he angled at the floor. Great top-down shot. Taking out the second player here. It goes a little high on the rocket shot there, but that's okay. He could have gone for the nade launcher. Keeping the rocket launcher in his hands too long. Didn't need to have that happen. Goes for the pop shot. Does he get it? Probably gets a little bit of shield there, and being chased directly away and drops it. That's okay. It's a good play. I think if you switched from the rocket launcher like right away into the grenade launcher, that's fine. I'm also to point out too, this was the first game back on Halo Reach in a really long time from Lurker's email. Back to what I was saying earlier, these 2-on-4 moments prior to Join in Progress, man, all of the kids who grew up with Halo 2, 3, 4, or Halo 2, 3, and Reach, we didn't have that Join in Progress that Halo 4 featured, and there's something special about these gameplays, about the fact that, you know, he could have put the controller down. He could have called it quits. Check this out, too. I want to point this out. Really good technique. He's going to aim with the sniper where he thinks the opponent is going to be. Sounds simple when I say it, but too few players do it. Put the reticule, wow, that's hard to say. Put the crosshairs where you think the opponent will be. Check this out. and he waits for it, and he pulls the shot out beautifully. He's going to body another opponent and switch to the DMR right away to clean up the kill. I love when I see players do that because it's just smart. It guarantees a kill. It assures you're not going to miss extra sniper shots. Now, zooming around the corner, it's a stylistic choice, not something I'm really comfortable with for the no-scope. Switches immediately, gets the kill off of it, and then throws a quick nade down, another corner nade trying to hit this opponent, and he does, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Oh, does he live out of the deal? Nice, very well done, except for the fourth blue guy who was up top. There's only so much you can do in a 2v4. But there's something special to be said about those games where 1v4, 2v4, 3v4, there's no join in progress, and yet you're still there putting shots into the opponent, helping your teammate down there. There's something that you can't take away from those kind of games, and that's why I really like to start off this series with this one. It was a great first submission. I'm glad we got it. I guarantee I could ask any one of you to remember that 1 or 2 times where you were down a teammate and somebody quit out of the match, or everybody quit out of the match, and you had the option to just throw in the towel, to put the controller down, go do something else until the game over, but you didn't. Something in you pushed forward. You chose to continue on. So what if you lose? You are going to push against the odds. It's a great metaphor for life, man. There's a ton of times where the chips are against you. Life seems unfair, and there's things that are not going your way. The odds aren't stacked in your favor, and you can have the option of just checking out. Just giving up. Oh, beautiful nade into shot right there. But you don't. You push through it. You battle the odds. If they beat you, so what? You gave it everything you had, and you'll be back to fight another day. Now, I know I'm supposed to critique this, so I've got a few things for you in the bullet points, and I know it's your second game back in a while, but I will harp on your shot pacing a little bit, and a couple of decisions, but for the most part, man, well done. 2v4, good for you on not giving up. And to any Halo players who are in that situation, don't ever give up. Go for the gold. Hey, BBK, have you ever given up in a 2-on-4? No. Okay, yes, I totally have, put the controller down to go get a snack and rage. Lurker. Thank you for the replay. I really enjoyed it. It's nostalgic. The feels, the reach, the odds. Anyway, your shot pacing is a little bit quick and a little bit off at certain ranges. That's something that'll come back in time. You obviously know that. Another thing, too, is you were using the jetpack and playing bumper jumper, as you noted in your email, but it wasn't a tool that was used very often. I liked it when you were using it to gain that height advantage, but didn't happen overall too much. Didn't hurt you because you ended up winning the game, but just something to think about in the future. And holding onto that rocket launcher a little bit too long when you could have swapped to the grenade launcher. Try to get a little bit more bang for your buck. And that's it. We're going to see you on the next replay review. Thank you so much. Can't wait to see the good stuff you guys are sending my way. Have a good day, and I'll see you next time.